This flat spiral bracelet uses a size 8 seed bead, 4mm bicone, some size 10 seed beads, and I'm just going to do a simple plain clasp using a 6mm bead. I've got my thread which has been waxed and my needles on, and I've attached a stop bead to the end, and I've left myself a tail of about 12 inches for the clasp later on. So now to begin, the spine of this spiral are your crystals, your bicones. So I'm going to thread on 2 bicones, then I'm going to thread on 4 seed beads, 1 size 8, 4 size 10 seed beads, the smaller ones, and then I'll bring it all down to the stop bead. I'm going to then bring my needle back through those 2 crystal beads. 1, 2, and you'll see that, bring it down to the stop bead. I've now got a little loop of beads going around. Now, just like we did in the spiral, but this is a flat spiral. So now I'm going to pick up the same loop of beads, which is 4 seed beads, 1, 8, and 4 seed beads. You could always make that little crystal there in the middle. You can really choose whatever you like for these spirals. They're so much fun. Okay, now this time I'm going to go through the same 2 beads again. So I'll just pick it up and I'll just go through the same 2 beads again. And whereas with the normal spiral staircase we put the beads over to the other side, in this case we leave them on 2 sides. So if you remember when we did the staircase we flipped that over, but in this case we keep it flat. Now the next part is to pick up 1 crystal, and again our loop of 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then this time I'm going to go through the second of the crystals. See that? And then when I pull this up, I will then go through the new crystal that's just been added. So I'll end up with my loop sitting on top of this bottom one here. Now I'm going to pick up 4 seed beads, 1 size 8 and 4 size 10s. And again, I will go back through the last 2 crystals. So this was the one from our previous row and this is our new one. So I'll go through both of those. And this time, my thread or my beads will sit again on the other side. So see how it sits on top. Now, a word of caution, try not to flip your work so that all of a sudden you have one on top at the back. You want to make sure that all of them are on top at the same time. So I'll just show you one more time how to proceed. On this side we add 1 4mm crystal, our loop of 4 seed beads, a size 8, 4 more seed beads. Now if you want to, you can slide them all the way down, hold those 2 crystals, go back through the previous one and our new one just added. When you pull it up, those beads will sit on top. Then the next is, again, you just make a loop this time to go on the other side, which is our 4 size 10, a size 8, 4 size 10, and you might find it easier to turn the work up the other way facing you, so that then you can just slide straight through those 2 crystals, and then your loop sits on top at the other side, and now you're ready to start again. So I'm going to continue like this for the full length of my bracelet, and then I'll come back and show you the clasp. So I finished the length of my bracelet and I'm very happy with it. I think it looks really lovely, especially with those crystals in the middle. I'm going to use this little crystal at the end as a simple clasp. You can use any clasp you like, really. I've put 3 seed beads, my clasp and the end bead, and I'm going back through that clasp bead and those 3 seed beads, 1, 2, 3, and then what I'll do is I'll pull it all up so that this last little bead, this end bead, holds it all in place. Now because I'm here, what I'll do is I'll thread down through a couple of crystals until I get to one of these loops. And then I'll go up through the loop, and then I'll go back around and then up through the clasp and back down again, and then around and tie off my thread. Then once I've done that, I'll take the stop bead off of the other end of the bracelet and I'll make a loop at the other end. So I'll just finish this one off, and then I will continue and I'll just show you the loop. I've taken off my stop bead and I've added on 19 beads, of which 3 are my end beads and then 16 for the loop. So then all I have to do is, just like I did before, go back down those 3 end beads and through a couple of the crystals, and that will bring up my loop. There we go. So there's the loop, and just like I did at the other end, I'm going to weave around and around and then finally tie off the thread, and this bracelet's done.